Thank you for coming back to the Legends Leaving channel. Today, June 7th, we come together again to honor some famous people who died recently or today. Through their work in the arts, these people have left an indelible mark on our minds and on the world. We are saddened by their deaths and want their families and fans to know that we are thinking of them. Peace out. Please show your respect and remember them by liking this movie if their stories have moved you or if you are moved by the extraordinary lives they lived. Thank you for being a part of our community. In this video, we'll be discussing unfortunate updates regarding the actor Tom Cruise. Parnelli Jones was born in 12th August 1933. Parnelli Jones changed racing forever. He was famous for winning the 1,963 Indianapolis 500. He was born Rufus Parnell Jones, but while racing underage in Torrance, California, he changed his name to Parnelli to hide his actions from his parents. Early on, he showed a lot of ability, and by the time he was in his late teens, he was racing all over the world. He ran in his first Indianapolis 500 in 1961 and finished 12th. He was named Rookie of the Year, even though a stone hit him in the face during the race. Jones reached the highest point of his career when he won the Indy 500 in 1963. Even though he had an oil leak that should have disqualified him, the judges let him keep going, which helped him win. He had 7 tries at the Indy 500, but this was his only win. In his last race in 1967, he was ahead by 1 lap until a mechanical problem put him in 6th place. Jones won the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb in a stock car. That same year, he won the Indy 500. He said it was the most dangerous race he had ever driven. This made him want to try off-road racing, which is how he ended up in the Basha 1,500 in Mexico. Jones was very good at many things. He won the Basha 1,000 and 1,971 in 1972, and the Basha 500 and 1,970 in 1973. Jones had also won races in the USA National Stock Car, USA National Midget, and NASCAR Cup Series. He stopped driving in 1974 and became an owner of Vels Parnelli Jones Racing, a company he helped start in 1969. With driver Al Unser, the team won the Indy 500 and 1,970 in 1971. Jones also started Parnelli Jones Tire Centers, which added to his reputation. It was normal for Parnelli Jones to die on June 4th, 2024. His contributions to motorsport, especially his win in the Indianapolis 500 in 1963, continue to inspire and impact racers and fans, making sure that his name will live on in the past of racing. William Russell Enoch was an English actor who was born on November 19, 1924, and died on June 3, 2024. His work lasted more than 70 years. He became famous when he played the lead in The Adventures of Sir Lancelot on ITV from 1956 to 1957. In 1963, he joined the original cast of BBC One's Doctor Who as Ian Chesterton. He played that part until 1965, when William Hartnell became the first Doctor. Russell played parts in films like The Man Who Never Was, 1956, The Great Escape, 1963, and Superman, 1978. Russell was born in Sunderland, County Durham. His parents were EVA Compton and Alfred James Enoch. He went to Wolverhampton Grammar School and Oxford University for his education. He became interested in playing at a young age and put together entertainment for the RAF while he was serving his country. After college, he joined repertory theater and was then cast in Doctor Who. Russell first appeared in the pilot episode, which was later changed into An Unearthly Child. Russell left Doctor Who in 1965's The Chase, but he stayed involved with the show. Even though he couldn't come back for Modern Undead in 1983, he did voice work in Big Finish Productions' audio stories and read recordings of lost episodes. His legacy was solidified by his role as Ian in the VHS version of The Crusade and by his work on DVD commentaries and interviews. An Adventure in Space and Time, a documentary about Doctor Who, starred Russell in 2013. For the show's 50th anniversary, he played Ian in the light at the end. Until Tom Baker came along in 2023, he was the oldest actor to play the Doctor at age 88. When Russell made a debut in the 2022 special, The Power of the Doctor, it was the longest time since he had been on TV. He got married to Balbina Gutierrez in 1953, and together they had 3 kids, Robert, Letitia, and Vanessa. After they split up, he married Etheline Margaretha Lewis in 1984. In 1988, they had a son named Alfred. Alfred Enoch is known for his parts in the Harry Potter films and the TV show How to Get Away with Murder. The 3rd of June 2024, William Russell Enoch died at the age of 99. He left a lasting mark on stage and screen that inspires artists and fans to this day. Mark D. Ross, better known by his stage name Brother Marky, made a huge impact on the music business as a rapper and one of the first people to use the term Miami bass. He was born in 1966 in Rochester, New York. When he was 11, he and his mother moved to Los Angeles. Brother Marky was already famous by the early 1980s. He began with the Careful Crew and showed off his rapping skills. David Hobbs, also known as Mr. Mix, a big name in the Miami bass scene, heard him do fight raps and became interested in him. Hobbs was in the band Two Live Crew, which had just brought the Miami bass sound to Florida and made a name for itself there. When a member quit, Brother Marky filled in so well. His sense of humor and singing skills fit right in with the group's style. Brother Marky, Hobbs, Christopher Wong Wan, Fresh Kid Ice, and Luther Campbell, also known as Luke Skywalker, made up the most famous group of Two Live Crew. Their big break came when their first record, The Two Live Crew Is What We Are, went gold in 1986. Their success did not come without debate, though. The group's explicit songs caused debates and lawsuits across the country. They were charged with profanity but were found not guilty in the end. Even though there were problems, Two Live Crew kept putting out hit records like Move Something and As Nasty As They Want to Be Staying at the Top of Miami bass. Brother Marky tried out different kinds of songs in the 1990s. He made the duo Too Nasty to show how versatile he was. He even worked with Ice-T on the famous song 99 Problems, which was released in its original form. Brother Marky's influence goes beyond Two Live Crew. He got back together with the band several times and they put out records and went on tours until Wong Wan died in 2017. Brother Marky himself died in 2024 when he was 58 years old. Though Brother Marky was a devout Christian, he never thought twice about singing Two Live Crew's famously explicit words. He was a complicated and skilled artist who helped define Miami bass and still has an impact on rappers today. Janice Page, a beautiful redhead who wowed crowds for almost 60 years, died peacefully at her home in Los Angeles on June 2, 2024. She was 101 years old. Page was born Donna Mae Chaden in Tacoma, Washington. She fell in love with singing at a young age and was playing lead roles in local shows by the time she was 5. After high school, she moved to Los Angeles, where she met her wartime sweetheart at the Hollywood Canteen and wowed people with her music. Warner Bros. saw this and offered to make a movie based on it. Page, on the other hand, missed the excitement of live shows. She quit Hollywood to live in the big city of New York, where she had a big hit in the 1951 comedy Mystery Remains to Be Seen. She was also a big hit as a cabaret singer because of how engaging she was on stage. In 19Z4, she became famous when she played the unforgettable Babe in the famous show The Pajama Game. Hollywood wanted a different leading lady for the movie version, but Page's reputation stayed firmly in the theater. Page had parts in films and TV shows, as well as captivating stage performances throughout her career. She was so funny that she even had her own series called It's Always Jan. There were hard times in Page's life. She bravely told everyone in 2001 about the damage she did to her voice cords and her amazing journey to recovery. She talked about a sexual assault she went through early in her work later that same year. Janice Page is a Hollywood legend and a fighter for survivors. She has left behind an unforgettable legacy that will continue to inspire people for years to come. John Herbert Todd was a great coach in Australia who died in June 2024 at the age of 86. His death was deeply felt by the sport. Unfortunately, Todd's playing career at South Fremantle was cut short by injury. He had a great first season and won the famous Sandover Medal when he was only 17, but he made the most of his time off the pitch. Todd started a journey as a teacher that would last for more than 40 years and include an amazing 700 games. He was a great coach, and he led 3 different WEFL teams to Premiership Glory East Fremantle, South Fremantle, and Swan districts. By accomplishing this amazing feat, he became the 2nd teacher in history to hold such an honor. John Todd had an impact on people in more than one state. He was a big reason why the West Coast Eagles made it to the finals for the first time ever in 1988. His ability to motivate and grow top-level talent is shown by this success story. Todd's reputation is strengthened by the fact that he is a hero in the West Australian Football Hall of Fame and a coach in the Australian Football Hall of Fame. These important awards show how much of an impact he had on the John Herbert Todd will be known as a great coach whose hard work and strategic brilliance changed Australian football forever. There were a lot of confusing and scary rumors on social media today that Tom Cruise, the famous American actor and film director, had died. People who like and follow the 61-year-old Hollywood star were angry about these reports, which spread quickly. They were afraid the star would die. But it's been shown that these stories are not true. Tom Cruise is still living and well. Thomas Cruise Mapadar IV was born on July 3rd, 1962 in Syracuse, New York. He is a famous American actor and director. Cruise grew up in a Catholic home with 3 sisters. He had a hard childhood but started acting in the early 1980s. He became famous after his part in Risky Business 1983. He then went on to star in famous films like Top Gun 1986, Rain Man 1988, and the Mission Impossible series. One of his most recent projects is the huge hit Top Gun Maverick 2020-22. A lot of people know about Cruise's personal life. He's been married 3 times to Mimi Rogers, Nicole Kidman, and Katie Holmes, with whom he has a daughter named Shuri. He is also married to Kidman and has 2 adopted children, Isabella and Connor. Cruise is a well-known member of the Church of Scientology and says that the religion helped him get over his dyslexia. However, his membership has caused debate, especially because of his views on mental health. Cruise is known for being physically fit and dedicated to doing his own stunts. Even at age 61, he lives a busy and demanding life. His great physical condition is shown by the fact that he keeps taking on difficult parts, especially in the Mission Impossible. Franchise doc concerning mental health, Cruise's criticism of psychiatric treatments has caused a lot of debate, especially when he talked about Brooke Shields' use of drugs in 2005. His stance against psychiatric drugs, which was shaped by Scientology, has caused backlash, but has also unintentionally sparked more conversation about mental health problems. Even though his ideas divide people, Cruise is still a major figure in Hollywood.